You don't need other people to support you when you believe in yourself. You do not need outside validation when internally you are at peace with yourself. And I'm going to say it one more time, so turn your hearing aids up, and for those of you in the back. You do not need help from other people when you know you could do it yourself, and you will, and you are. So with that being said, welcome and welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. People are going to talk about you regardless. So what I suggest and advise to you when you come across this video is to do it yourself. Do it alone. Do it afraid. Do it broke. Do it angry. However you have to start, take the first step. It's not cliche. You can't worry about other people who are not doing what you're doing. You can't worry about how other people perceive you, because the real question is, why does it matter? And most importantly, who are these people to tell you what you can and cannot do? I don't care if it's your mom or your dad. I don't care if it's your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I don't care if your fish, goldfish, the snack that smiles back, told you that you couldn't do something. They don't know what you're capable of. They don't know who you are as a person. It doesn't matter if you don't have all the finances. It doesn't matter if you don't have all the resources. That means you're going to get it out the mud. And this is not to discourage or make people feel less than, because you can't compare and contrast. But if you don't have the resources, if you don't come from a two-parent household, if you don't have the education, you have to figure it out for yourself. That just means you become greater. You become sharper. And there's nothing wrong with being handed things to you, but when you do it yourself, it hits different. You learn to appreciate yourself. Nobody can sit here and say, well, I made you, and hold it over your head. They're not God. Nobody could ever tell me, oh, I made you, I did this. If you have that type of attitude, don't do it. I've always been that type of person. Let me know, are you that type of person? If somebody has to do something for me, and has to hold it over my head and say, well, I was the one who this and you, I never needed anybody. And what I've had to realize and what has helped me along my healing journey is when you do stuff for people, don't expect nothing in return. If you're the type of person to be like, well, then don't do it, because nobody's telling you to do nothing. Nobody is obligated to do anything for people. Nobody owes you anything. I've had so many people feel like they was trying to help me out to turn around and remind me, well, if it wasn't for, no. Had I would have known that was your motive, how would I would have known that was your agenda, I would have never told you or confronted in you. But lesson learned. You don't need people to help you do the things that you want to do. Let them talk about you. When you learn to do things for yourself, not only do you gain confidence and trust, you don't have to worry about getting there or receiving it at a specific time. And that's what I'm going to talk about in the next video. There's no timeline to your success. And if you're really successful like myself, it takes time, because it's not the goal. It's the maintenance of the goal. So if your goal is to buy the house, okay, congratulations. Once you get that house, now you got to worry about your HOA. Now you got to worry about your mortgage. Now you got to worry about your light bill, your water bill. Now you got to worry about your grass. Now you got to worry about a whole bunch of stuff. It's more than the surface. You don't need people to support you. And not just that, people who have low self-esteem cannot help you. If they can't help themselves, if they don't believe in themselves, if they don't like themselves, how are they going to help you? And why would they help you? And most importantly, why are you expecting other people to support you before you support yourself? Because that's what we're really going to be talking about. And I get it. You're not the type of person who does things and expect anything in return, but some people are like that. Once you realize certain people are like that, I'm not going to tell you to stop giving, but stop allowing access to people who don't appreciate you. There have been plenty of times where I given and given and given, and I never got anything back in return, but I was okay with it. But I'm the type of person, I've had so many people, and that's why I don't like to ask for help. And if you're like myself, you don't even like to ask for help sometimes, because you know people love to be like, well, if it wasn't for me, nobody needed you. And that's what people fail to realize. People confuse being wanted and being needed. Me personally, I never needed anything or anybody. It was a privilege. It was a choice. People that don't know you think they're doing their big one by trying to make you feel small. People think by them not helping you, you're not going to get anywhere in life. That's not true. So all the lies, all the rumors, all the gossip, stand on it. Let them talk about you. Because guess what? when I started to support myself, which I've been doing my entire life, nobody gets to say, well, I made you. No. And when I get to where I need to be, as I continue to flourish and elevate something with you, I'm going to enjoy myself. I don't need to rush my life. The people that talk about you, the people who talk about me, they're not even doing what I'm doing. So it's like, why would you even listen to you? Like, who said your opinion was even valid? You don't need other people to support you. If people don't want to help you, that's fine. And most importantly, from experience, when people are insecure and they have hate in their heart, they don't want to help you. People will watch you. I've had so many people watch and they still probably watch. I don't care though, because that's not my focus. People are going to watch you suffer. People will watch you do certain things but not help you, because they know you really don't need their help. People can see the greatness in you. You know you're great. I know I'm great. You don't need nobody to tell you that. But you see, when you're really aware of yourself, when people aren't, they feel some type of way. F those people. If I could, I would put my middle finger up in the camera, but I'm trying to keep it G. Because that's what I am, a G, okay? But sprinkle, sprinkle, as she would like to say. You don't need other people to support you. If they don't want to support you, do it yourself. Do it yourself. You're not... And the thing is, people love to discredit you and be like, well, if it wasn't for your fans, if it wasn't for your supporters, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be. That's not true, because you're not God. Don't ever let anybody think they have that much authority or power over your life, because they don't. There were times where I wasn't stable in certain areas of my life, and I confronted in people I thought had my best interests, and they would sit here and be like, well, I'm the one doing this for you. I didn't ask you to do that. And see, I'm not the type of person to be like, well, I didn't ask you to. But what I had to learn is that when people want to sit here and hold that over your head, don't ever ask them for anything. And I've never asked those people anything. I never asked those people for anything ever again. Now, of course, as you heal yourself, as you support yourself, you will be in alignment with people that are meant for you. Remove everybody that's not meant for you. Once you start to support yourself, things will come to you and flourish naturally. But if you have people in your corner that don't believe in themselves, who don't want to help you, cut them off. Let them loose. Turn them loose. Turn them loose. Turn up, you guys. Turn up. Put your head down. Do what you need to do. You're not society. You don't have what everybody else has. Comparing yourself is not going to change your situation. Support yourself. The best thing you can do is support yourself. Why do you want other people to help you before you support yourself? And not to get biblical, because I don't force religion onto people. That's not okay over here. We don't do that. But I think people say, you know, your table will be built in front of your enemies, but you need people to be at that table in order to have a table. So all the people who turned their back on you, all the people who talk badly about you and feel like you weren't going to be anything because they didn't support you, show up for yourself. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Show up for yourself. And those people that talk badly about you, they're going to watch you eat. They're going to watch you become successful. The best revenge is living your best life. You don't need to get your lick back. Who cares about those people? They're not doing anything important. They're not important. So, and I'm going to be the one to say it. Everybody is not important when they speak negatively against you. That's the truth. Like, why would you focus on people who are rude and disrespectful and who don't care about you or themselves? That's not your priority. That's not your focus. And that doesn't make me a bad person for saying that. You have to be honest. If nobody wants to be honest, I will be honest. I made this platform for myself and the people who are in alignment with it and who want to receive it. You don't have to force connections. You don't have to force compatibility. If people want to show up for you, they will. So support yourself so you're not disappointed, you're not confused, and you're not worried about why everybody else is supporting everybody else. But when it comes to you, they act funny. Let them act funny. Just make sure they keep that same energy. All that stuff that they talk badly about you, you tell them to take it to the grave, because that's where they're going to go anyways. That's where everyone goes at the end of the day. You did not come to live this life to be worried, confused, or disturbed. Keep that same energy. You talked all that crap. Okay, make sure you stand on it. You don't got to be bitter. You don't got to be angry. And most importantly, when you support yourself, you realize who you are and who you've been. That's not your energy. You see, the people that don't want to support you, they've never had support themselves. So once again, they can't show that to you. If someone doesn't love themselves, how are they going to love you? That's why people project. A lot of people can only project their experiences, or if they choose to be negative, because there's a difference. It's the difference between being naive and ignorant versus arrogant. It's a difference between not knowing any better, not having the resources, not being taught or shown love, to somebody who just blatantly and wants to intentionally harm you or think they're superior towards you when they're not. So support yourself. Stop asking people for help. Try it yourself. You know when you need help. And once again, from experience, when I continued to do what I needed to do, the real genuine people, the real loving people, the healthy relationships, the people that were actually equally yoked and in alignment with me were able to help me, and they don't hold things over my head. I can call people and not worry about, oh, well, I did this for you. It's not tit for tat. It's not. And stay away from people who are like that. Like, that is an ick. And I try not to talk about myself because these videos are not for me. But if you care about yourself, you would do the same thing. So welcome or welcome back. I'm going to end off this video. It's your favorite mental health specialist. Support yourself. You don't need help from nobody. You don't need help from nobody. Don't worry if it takes you longer. Who said that you had to be somewhere at a specific time? If you don't have the resources, then you have to work with what you have. And you learn to appreciate the journey. And once you do what you need to do, it's over with. You're going to continue to move on. So you're loved. You're appreciated. You don't need other people's support. You don't. You got this. You got this. Just show up for yourself. Show up for yourself. Work with what you have and get to where you need to be. And as you remind yourself, because you may be angry, you may be frustrated, like I said, you may be broke, you may be scared, you're not going to stay in that position forever. But if you stay stuck and you stay stagnant and you worry about what everybody else is doing, you will. Feel how you feel. Express yourself. If you're interested in more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Ty_Guidance. All information will be in the description box below. And if you want a one-on-one session, click the link. It's okay to be mad. Express yourself. I have a lot of videos coming soon. As you know, if you don't know, we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. We're going to move on. And we're going to keep doing what we need to do. But you got this.